Hiya, hiya. Now, I don't count as I don't count. That's the problem. No, when you're in an industry where there's so many millions of people who want to be on television and on radio and on the internet, they don't even want to call it television anymore because it's not just that. It's a combination of radio, TV, internet. So I call it, well, I gave it triple casting, is what I called it a few years ago when I did the show from Times Square. Now, where do I belong? All right, now, I don't count the amount of hits that I get on my Reynolds Raps. I'm not in the business of counting. Now, the Bird and I both want to be on 60 Minutes. I think it would be refreshing to have the end of the show be with me and the Bird. Now, they haven't had anything they haven't had anything that's fun for a long time. But, they have a few laughs. I'm not as cute as Anderson Cooper, and I don't have the electronics in front of me like Leslie Stahl, but I do have some sort of a cachet. And I have the Bird, So if I give America what they want to have at the end of 60 Minutes, I would be kind of like the Andy Rooney of this generation. And I'm primed for it. And we know that. But you can't go by how many hits I have. See, that's how they hire people. They look at the thing and say, oh, he has 1 million hits. He has 4 zillion people watching him every day for 8 seconds. It's like a family with my kids. I got their attention. I get less attention from my children than I do from the audience. But, even now, this has gone too long, right? I was Chinese in the last life. I was known as on too long. These things, maybe the Bird is not a good idea on 60 Minutes. But I am. I should be sitting there doing my little rants. The latest thing would be Gillette. Now, Gillette has a shaver. Most Americans, and they're advertising it on football games where nobody shaves, and basketball games. All these guys got these things. And it's Mother's Day. So what I'm thinking, they got a $200 razor they're putting out now. Procter & Gamble owns Gillette. The old company was out of Boston. But they now have a $200 razor that heats, so that the old barbershops, they used to put a cloth on your face and steam it, and then it would make it more supple, and you would be able to take and shave closer. You didn't need to have Botox. So what happened was America got tired of bad razors. So Gillette finally gave us razors that last so long that they locked them up on the way out of the drugstore because people were stealing them. You only need one razor for about 8 months. It used to be that you have to change a razor twice a week in the old days when you had to look sharp and be sharp. But now the new Gillette technology and that great sharpness, and also the competition of Wilkinson blades, and who else is it? There's that Harry's Shave and the Shaving Club. So all these people are in the ballgame, and Procter & Gamble, of course, the people who sell Tide, they got to have the best. And they do. I got that shaver now that has a little plastic piece that protects you so that it doesn't really scrape on your skin. It's for sensitive skin. I'm a sensitive guy. And so now the $200 shaver, which I'm not going to buy, for a company that is so wonderfully gifted with marketing, what were you thinking when guys are not shaving and they're marketing guys? They're not shaving anymore. They're growing this thing. You should have something that removes tattoos. That would be a lot better off now. But women shave. They shave their legs. They had the Venus series. Was that Gillette? I don't know. But the $200 shaver should be a Mother's Day gift now, because women shaving their legs is going to be more appropriate than a guy shaving his face. And there's nothing worse than a hairy-legged woman. Well, in some countries, that deserves respect, And in other countries, if you're pulling a wagon, or on the Klondike, where nobody notices because you have a dog sled and you have 4 layers of clothes. But this is what needs to happen. Gillette needs to belly up with something that is going to give people the idea that they look shaven, but they didn't really shave. That's the look. See, we're into science now, and there's a lot of things that are different than they were because we are ahead of the curve. Science is ahead of people. When I was a kid, we had a Dick Tracy watch. You could look at the watch and talk into it. That was a joke. Or Don Adams, who had the shoe and smarts. Remember that? What was that television show? he had a shoe that he talked into. Get smart. Well, we did get smart TV, But now, what we need to have is a society that can afford all of the toys. So we have jobs now. You know, the jobs, we're down 3% to unemployment rate, but not in the middle jobs, the ones that count. I mean, you know, there's thousands of people now working at Burger King and at Denny's and all the other service places, and security guards. And actually, the most employment now is probably in the construction area, where they're filling potholes with real pot in some states. But this is it. We don't have unemployment filled in the middle jobs, unions and places where I am. I'm a middle guy. You know, I mean, the middle people get squeezed because the top guys can take care of themselves. The bottom guys need us. We're in the middle, caught in the middle again, like the old song goes. Anyhow, back to my show. I would like to have this on 60 Minutes as a close every week. I think I'm the right guy, and I think the people who run CBS ought to wake up a little bit. We can save the network because most of the tune-in and their new improved ratings are on other than the CBS television network. They come from Showtime and all the other things you own, plus the internet stuff. So that's it. It's a Reynolds Rap.